So I kind of started doing this before recording, but once again I'm gonna do another pop art kind of zombie thing, but this time I'm going to make it half pop art and then half like potentially a little bit more realistic zombie. So I'm also going to be using mostly Ben Nye today. I really like Ben Nye because it's super easy to use with a mix of the liquid set. It's covered in paint right now. I've already mixed the color, but I started with a basic yellow. This is called Sunshine Yellow. And then I'm also using the Ben Nye Magic Cake color palette. So a little bit of everything. And then I'm also going to be using some real blood, but that's packed up, so I'll show you after. So I'm going to use a big guy like this. This is ELF brand. It's super poofy, really easy to cover a widespread part of your body. So I'm basically going to do that first. I'm going to start with my arms, and then I'm going to get a little bit closer in all the details and go from there. So using this guy, I'm going to be basically mashing this in here like this, getting it super moist and wet. I've put quite a bit of liquid set on there, and then I'm going to start dabbing basically very quickly all over my skin. Okay, so did my one arm pretty quickly, kind of going for like a little bit of a pastel green. So I used the Kelly green in the palette as well with the white and then the original yellow I was using. And yeah, I kind of just went hard all over my arm. So we're going to move on to the next part. So super fast. You want to work with this stuff super fast because it dries super fast as well, especially when you're using a water-based paint. When you're using a water-based paint as well, it can really screw you up if you go over it too many times, because then the water just basically starts to move around all of your paint all over again, and then you're back to square one again. So that's another reason I like to use the liquid set, because I find that that doesn't happen, and then when you're using it on professional clients, then it's not actually going to come off midway through whatever they've paid you to make them look good for. I'm gonna dip a little bit more of the yellow. Already this stuff dries pretty quick too, so you're gonna end up using quite a bit of the liquid set here. I'm currently using it as a spray, but you can also buy huge refills of it, and it's a lot easier to just basically dab and then dab into your paint after that. So I started next by basically just outlining the detail, everything here with a darker green just to make it pop. And then I mixed the white and just gently went over it at the same time while the green was wet, so it blended nicely. Apparently I got green on my nose. Alright, so now I've basically just outlined all my details with the darker green again, just to make my life a little bit easier now. And then I'm gonna fill the rest of my skin with the green now. I'm clearly not going to cover my whole body if I'm not showing it in a photo, so save your paint. Okay, almost one side done. Alright, so I've done most of my green detailing and outline, so I'm going to start going within my eyes next, and then doing all the details within the skeleton. Okay, so I've then now covered in all the background where I'm going to be basically putting real fake blood. And then I use the pink, it's hot pink. And then I'm kind of unsure what I'm going to do with my eyes yet. I might do kind of a bloody mess, or I might keep it pop art, but we'll see. Alright, so I've decided to go with pink. I'm going to do some more details. So I did the outside of all of the wounds a light pink for now, so that it's easier to detail. And then I basically just took brush strokes of the white and brushed it through underneath my eyes to make it look like my skin is, my flesh is rotting.
That's so powerful. It was so, I mean, I'm getting was so restorative, and I just saw that.
Alright, I've gone in and done all the white details now. Gonna do my eyebrows in and then do some shadowing and highlighting on my skin. Okay, so I've done some shadowing. Right now I'm using a Sephora palette called Cut-In. So I did all the dark details with that. I basically just used a blending brush to put it on, and then I used the Pegasus light blue for all the highlights, as well as the Potion one as well, so it's like a light metallic color. So you can see that it's a little bit lighter here. Basically just putting it in all the areas that I want it to pop a little bit and be a little bit lighter. To be continued. I decided to paint the inside of my eyelids white. Maybe wouldn't recommend it. I'm also going to put contacts on after this, and I decided to paint my eyebrows purple. I'm also going to do a little bit of a pop art line here because I'm trying to be half pop art, half. Alright, so now basically just going to outline everything in black, make it really pop. Alright, almost done. Most of the details in. Did a little black heart here. Alright, so we're almost there. I'm now applying some medium gel blood to make it look a little bit more zombie and, you know, the realistic part.